Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. We are at the end of April, so another month is under our belts. I just honestly can't believe that we have been budgeting each and every paycheck for 4 months straight. That, my friends, is consistency. Thank you guys once again for all of your help, all of your guidance, the comments that you've been leaving. It really does help me keep pushing forward. So now that I'm off my soapbox, let's get started with some of our bills. We had some differences in amounts this month, which is great. So for electric, it was under $50, like I said last time, at $42.43. My Netflix came through at $25.91. For some reason, there's like 3 cents difference there. I'm not sure why. 2 cents difference. But it's not $1, so that's fine. My gym came in at $220.20. Groceries were $178 this month, which is fantastic. Anything that's under $250 is a win for me. Rent, $1,300. My blog was $3.88. My student loan, $500, and my husband's loan, $1,000. So all of our bills are paid. We are squared away and ready for the month of May. Okay, so for our debt, I paid $500 towards my student loan, and that's all I paid. We are in the 4,000s for my student loan, and I'm really excited to see that get into the 3,000s once we hit May. On the 11th, I paid $1,000 towards my husband's student loan. So he is actually at around 35,000 at the moment. For my savings goals, I did put another 500 into my Roth IRA fund in my savings account. So I'm just gonna put another 500 here to make that a total of 1,000 for April, which is great. And I put 500 in my individual brokerage in the last video. So that makes my total savings for this month 1,500. And my total in my savings account at the moment is $21,000. Roth IRA savings, we have 1,000 at the moment. I'm just gonna say for the date, it's April 2024. Amount 1,000, and yeah, 1,000. I haven't funded this yet. It's just sitting in my savings. And yeah, I'm gonna do it at the end of the year because usually I front load, but this year is a little bit different financially. So we're gonna be back loading. And since I did add another 500 towards my savings, we're gonna add another bean here because there is another 500 in there. Okay, save 1,000, we did that. 15 no spin days, we did. And contribute to individual brokerage, we did that as well. If you guys don't remember, in the last video, I was feeling very worn out from the progress of paying off debt and just being in the middle of your goal rather than just starting or almost finishing. So I was just very overwhelmed and just burnt out. So I made very easy goals that I knew I could make, and that's why we were able to hit those goals. And it's really good because now at the end of the month, when I'm feeling a little bit better, I look at my past goals and I made them, and it's just all around pretty good for your mental health as well as for your motivation. So I do suggest, if you guys are feeling down about your goals, about your financial journey, and you're just feeling very burnt out, to make some easy goals that are easy to reach, so that when you look back on them and you're feeling better, you're like, I still made my goals, and it puts things into perspective for you. So I pre-filled some of this stuff out for you guys just because I didn't want to waste any time. So I was paid again, my second check for my W-2 job. I was paid $2,429.24, which gave me a total of $4,893.79. And I did have around $1,500 or so left over from last month. And I learned that I need to actually add that into my ending totals. For living expenses, we were able to cut back a lot, which is crazy. I think we can attribute that to the groceries as well as the electric being under. So I was supposed to spend $16.20 and I only spent $15.37.43, which is great. For entertainment, we paid $25.91. For self-care, we were over by a lot because of a dentist appointment that I have scheduled, and I already have that payment processed. We budgeted $440.20 and I spent $521 total. So that was over budget. For discretionary, we did really good. We only spent $169.32. For pets, we spent $161.46 out of 200. And then for debt, we spent $1,500 out of 1,500. And then we saved $1,500 as well. So that is what our month is looking like. I do want to bring your attention to the self-care/hobby section because I did mention in the last video that I was not planning on getting a facial or doing any self-care in the terms of beauty treatments. And boy, was I wrong, because just the next week I got a surprise that I did in fact schedule a facial. So the total spending was $3,915.12. And what I had budgeted was $4,290.20. So we are under $375.08. $375.08. We were able to find a system to where we're not spending that much when we do eat out. So as you guys know, I originally budgeted $50 for each weekend when we do eat out. And I've been spending half that, or sometimes not really paying at all because my husband sometimes picks up the tab. $197 was my total and 47 cents. So moving on, these are all subtotals. I'm not sure how it's possible to spend 4 pages worth. $97 and 47 cents is my total spending for the month of April, which is great. So this is, the last page, the page that I struggle the most with. As you can see, I went ahead and did the coloring before I filmed because I didn't want to waste anybody's time. Yeah, I didn't want to waste anybody's time. So my balance from last month was $1,541.97. My total income for this month, $4,893.79. Total expenses, $3,943.27. So that is a little bit off, but it's still gonna add up as the same because it's $28. Difference was $1,021.07, and then my total savings was $1,500. So my housing was 23.9% of my total earnings. Pets came to 2.5%. Self-care came to 8.1%. Entertainment came to 0.4%, which is so low. I don't pay for streaming services outside of Netflix, so that's why it's so low. The debt came out to 23.3%. My discretionary spending came to 2.6%. My savings and investment came to 23.3%. And then the amount left over was 15.9%, which there has been comments made about the fact that I do have money left over at the end of the month. And honestly, they are valid. But I kind of just let things sit in my checkings account and move them to savings as I see fit, just so that I, can keep as much money as possible to throw at debt later on, which is probably what I'm gonna end up doing. Now moving on, we can talk about our goals for the month. Did I achieve my goals? Yes, I did. Again, I made sure to make my goals easy so that I didn't feel too bogged down with everything that I had to do in April. April was a very rough month. Not financially, but professionally. So I needed to be on autopilot in terms of finances for the year. Where did I have the most trouble? Honestly, I would say in the self-care department, because like I said, I wasn't expecting to pay for a facial. I wasn't expecting to get a facial. I just honestly forgot that I had it scheduled because I scheduled them 8 weeks ahead of time. So by the time it came up and I got the text message saying, confirm your appointment, I was like, oh shoot, I have an appointment. So that is where I struggled the most. I would say that I learned that once you get the hang of budgeting and how much money you're expecting versus putting out, it becomes easier to put your finances on autopilot. And I think autopiloting your finances actually fast tracks you to reaching your financial goals, because it starts to feel like it just really becomes a well-oiled machine. I think that is what I learned this month. I don't necessarily learn new things because my budget doesn't change that much month to month. I find that the biggest lesson that I've learned is keeping things the same will actually propel you forward more seamlessly. What could I improve this month? Honestly, my planning. I was not very organized this month. I started the month out pretty strong, but as time went on, it just kind of got away from me and things snuck up on me. So I definitely could improve on my organization and planning. With all of that said, though, we did pretty good for this month. We were under budget. We had a balance moving forward, and that to me is a win. So moving on into May, I think I really want to be more, grounded. So moving on to our goals for May, I'm always gonna have a certain amount of no spend goals, because I do find that if you are spending every single day, that is how my spending, at least last year, got into 5 figures. So there's always gonna be a no spend day amount every month for me. And I'm gonna go for 20 no spend days this time. My next financial goal for the month will be to earn 1 Amazon commission. That's kind of a reach goal that I'll put on there. And then my third financial goal, I would say, is to save a certain amount. More realistically, it's going to be 1,000. So I'm gonna say save $1,000. And what's good about this month is we have some plans with some of our friends that also live in the Pacific Northwest around Memorial Day. So in this area, I do have 2 days scheduled off, as well as 1 day off from work because it's observed. And I believe Memorial Day this month, or in May, is going to be on the 27th. It's usually on a Monday, I believe, or it's observed at least on a Monday. And thank you guys for watching this video and for being patient during the math part of the video. And also thank you guys for going through April with me. I want to know in the comments what you guys accomplished in April, how you guys went about your budgets in April, and I will be down there interacting with you guys accordingly. So thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you in 2 weeks when I get paid in the month of May.